Hi everyone, it's Steph. Today's video I want to go over how we market your house, or how I do as a listing agent. When you are going to sell your house with me, I want to tell you exactly what that's going to look like from the marketing perspective, how I'm going to get your house visible in the best light to the most amount of people possible. So first conversation we're going to have is price. That is part of marketing, because depending on what the price range we end up in, we're going to look at what the best ways to market are to people who are looking for that price range. In a lower price range, it might be we're looking at first-time home buyers, and then maybe we're looking at investors who either want rentals or they want something to flip and make a profit on. So we know our target audience is different than maybe someone looking for a house, for $500,000 in Sam Hughes. There's just a lot of variables that go into it. So we're going to determine the price, and that's going to help us sort of make the plan going forward. Next thing we're going to do is staging. And even if the house is vacant, it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to do a full house staging. That's really not necessary in most cases. But if you live in the house, we're going to walk through it. I'm going to tell you what furniture I want moved, maybe what kind of stuff I want jammed into the closets for the pictures so that the rooms look bigger and brighter. If anything needs painting, maybe we want to add some fresh flowers to the kitchen counter. We're going to walk through that and just sort of have the conversation about how to present your home in the best light possible. If the house is vacant, we might put a few things in the kitchen, hang some towels on the rack, just make the house look nice, make the photos really pop. The only time, well, not the only time, but there are some circumstances where we would do either a full physical staging or virtual staging. Namely, if it's a really large house, the rooms are just huge, and we think it might be difficult for people to imagine, a couch looking too small. How would you, situate the room? Or because a lot of Tucson homes, especially in Central, are older, they all started out as 1 or 2 bedroom tiny homes with a 1 bathroom, and they've sort of been added onto in different corners over the years through various sellers. So we might, so oftentimes you end up with kind of a weird room or kind of a weird layout. So we're gonna, so in that case, maybe we'd want to stage a room so that you can show, that it really is actually useful and not just kind of a weird room. So we're gonna do some type of staging to get the house ready, looking its best. And that's gonna include cleaning, touch-ups, little objects, all the way up to a full physical staging of the house. Then we're going to do photos. For the photos of the house, I will work with the photographer. We're going to figure out, does this home get a good sunset or sunrise? If so, maybe we'll do the twilight shoots. If not, then we're going to make sure it's at the right time of the day so that with all the windows open and all the lights on, the house just looks really bright and beautiful. And we are going to make sure we capture the photos to show off your house in the best light possible. I am going to be there beforehand, probably with a duster, a broom, some trash bags, going through just to make any last minute changes I want, or just to tweak everything so it's in exactly the right spot, exactly where I want it. And then we're gonna get the photos for your home. Depending on the house, we are going to do, for every listing I do floor plans. I think it's really helpful, especially during COVID. Because homes can have weird floor plans or not work for people. I think it's really important and really beneficial to both parties, the buyers and the seller, to have a floor plan of every house. That way you can kind of see if it works. Some people have small kids, so they don't want a split floor plan. They want the bedrooms closer to each other. So let's just lay it all out and make it easy as possible. So all my listings get floor plans. Then we're going to have the conversation on video walkthroughs and 3D walkthroughs. I'm a big fan of video tours for the most part. I think they're very popular. People like looking at them. Sometimes listings with videos get higher clicks. They get higher placements on the third-party websites where a lot of buyers look for homes. The 3D inside the home walkthrough tours, that's debatable. I will do it sometimes on larger homes, but sometimes on smaller homes, I think it almost makes the house look small because there's not a lot of spaces to move. So I think that for a typical, normal size single family house, I don't think you have to do the 3D walkthrough, but that'll be a conversation we have as part of your marketing to see how you want, to see everything you want uploaded to the internet, and what you want the buyers to see and what sort of features you like. Then we're going to start So now we've got the pictures, we've got your floor plan, we've got the price set, and now I'm gonna start marketing it, pre-marketing it internally to Long Realty, to other agents in my office. We have lots of networks, we have meetings, we have spreadsheets, we have all kinds of information to help us all connect, to let people know that I've got this listing coming. Then once we are in the official coming soon, that goes out to all agents. Still, the house is not live. So a buyer looking on the internet on any of their apps don't see your home yet. Now I'm just letting all the other agents know. So I've let everyone in Long know. Then we're gonna let every other agent know who's not in my brokerage, so they all know it's getting ready. During that time, we also usually start communicating about, what the seller's preference is for showings. If it's vacant, we'll tell them what day the lockbox will be on so people can get ready and line up to go see it. If it's owner occupied, we'll have all those rules set in place depending on what the seller feels comfortable with. So then at that same time, I'm gonna make some flyers for your house, some really pretty ones. We're gonna hand them out to the whole neighborhood, lots of neighbors. Especially in this market when homes are going so fast, lots of neighbors want to know what's going on. They have an idea. They want, they want the grandparents to be able to move closer. They want some friends in their neighborhood. So I always let them know because chances are one of them has somebody, a potential buyer who might be interested in your house. So we let them know what's going on with flyers. We mail postcards to the whole area, and then we get ready to plan the opening launch. So that whole week prior to the house going live, I'm gonna pay for social media ads sponsored with pictures of the house so that everyone knows it's on the market now. And then that opening weekend is really sort of the biggest thing I really like to do. If the house is owner occupied, so you're living in the house while it's being sold, I really like it if you can get out of town even for a weekend or just overnight on a Saturday and Sunday, especially because of COVID. It's really nice to just be able to get as many people through the house as possible in a short amount of time with you out of it, so that you don't have to, it's not the same sense of concern as if you're living in the house and just, every hour different buyers coming through and you got to, be concerned. Are they wearing a mask? Is everyone using hand sanitizer? Are they taking their shoes off inside? All that kind of concern. So it's kind of nice, especially because of COVID, but even without COVID, it's really nice to sort of have that grand opening weekend, so maybe we go live on a Thursday or a Friday, and then we have that whole weekend planned for, the house to be as available as it possibly can, whether or not that's open houses, which, because vaccinations are happening, more and more people are getting vaccinated, a lot more owner-occupied sellers are feeling comfortable with that. So we can do open houses the whole weekend, or we can just, just have the house available to be shown if it's on a lockbox. It's really up to the seller. But that's sort of the biggest step. That's sort of like the grand finale, is making sure, you kind of time your listing coming right, so that when people are available to see it, usually at nights and at weekends when they're out home searching, we can time it so that as many people are getting to see it as possible. So before your house even gets live and all the buyers who are signed up on searches get that email notification, we are already going to have sort of laid the groundwork with all of our photos, with all of the other agents that I can find knowing about it, with all of, the neighborhood knowing about it, having the postcards and everything sent out. So we're really going to make sure that we target it right, so that any potential buyer who your home would work for is going to know about your house. And that's my goal, and that's my job. And so that is sort of the 10 or so step process I take for marketing a home, getting ready for it to go live. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or you've been thinking about selling your house, please, please, please reach out to me. And I hope you all have a great week. Thanks. Bye.